Level 1, Dock Laborer. You work beneath the London cranes. The year is 1911. Morning fog presses against warehouse roofs. Coal smoke settles inside your throat. The Thames carries engines, sewage, and empire. You shoulder tea from wooden chests. Salon stains remain beneath your fingernails. Indian jute scratches through your shirt. West African cocoa sweetens the damp air. Malayan rubber arrives wrapped in canvas. You earn 6 shillings on lucky days. The reward arrives inside small envelopes. Your children eat meat each Sunday. Your landlord receives most remaining coins. Work disappears whenever ships arrive late. One damaged hand means immediate replacement. Another 100 men wait outside. Nobody calls your labor imperial service. Newspapers praise trade and national greatness. They never print your swollen knuckles. You only see labels and destinations. Calcutta, Lagos, Kingston, Cape Town. Those names sound larger than hunger. You never meet the hands producing cargo. They never see the hands unloading it. A tea chest splits beside you. Dark leaves scatter across wet stones. The smell is warm and expensive. Your boots grind everything into mud. A supervisor charges damages against wages. The empire crosses oceans under armed protection. You carry it 20 yards unpaid. Level 2, Police Constable. You patrol streets near the Royal Docks. Your dark tunic earns cautious silence. A polished helmet reflects yellow gaslight. The whistle rests against your chest. Your weekly wage finally feels steady. Your family rents 2 cleaner rooms. The reward is standing above crowds. Drunken sailors suddenly remember their manners. Children stop fighting when you approach. Authority travels through your heavy boots. The cost arrives during public anger. Dockers demand another penny hourly. Their wives bring bread and banners. Mounted officers wait behind your line. You recognize neighbors among the marchers. One shared your childhood school bench. Your inspector orders the pavement cleared. Nobody asks whether wages remain survivable. You push forward using both shoulders. A bottle breaks beside your helmet. The horses begin moving through families. Your whistle vanishes beneath screaming voices. Later, newspapers praise restored public order. Your report mentions 12 arrested men. It never mentions 1 bleeding child. Your neighbor sees bruises across your knuckles. He understands exactly where they came. The uniform protects your monthly security. It also separates every old friendship. You guard warehouses filled with colonial wealth. You cannot afford their smallest contents. Each night, you lock another gate. Each morning, hunger waits outside it. Level 3, Customs Officer. You inspect cargo entering the Thames. A brass badge grants official suspicion. Every captain must answer your questions. You compare manifests against numbered crates. Tea carries duties into government accounts. Tobacco hides beneath false timber panels. Opium appears under machine components. Ivory arrives with polished paperwork. The reward is stable middle-class security. Your salary stays during quiet weeks. Your children learn Latin at school. Your wife buys curtains without bargaining. Merchants offer dinners and careful compliments. They understand your signature controls delay. The cost is seeing profitable dishonesty. 1 missing stamp can stop fortunes. 1 accepted envelope can build yours. A trader leaves 10 sovereigns nearby. He calls the money accidental change. You hear school fees inside metal. You reject him during daylight. That evening, your boiler stops working. Your youngest child coughs through darkness. The sovereigns return inside your thoughts. Imperial trade passes through narrow judgment. Judgment becomes expensive under private pressure. Next morning, you open another crate. Chinese porcelain shines beneath straw. 1 bowl carries a hairline fracture. You confiscate everything under regulations. The merchant curses your careful honesty. Your superior questions needless disruption. The empire rewards revenue, not virtue. You learn which rules truly matter. Level 4, Colonial Clerk. You copy imperial decisions inside Whitehall. The colonial office smells of dust. Red ribbons bind distant emergencies together. Blue books convert colonies into columns. Your desk receives telegrams before breakfast. You sharpen pencils beside a world map. Most territories appear reassuringly pink. The reward is proximity to power. Your handwriting enters official colonial records. Senior men begin remembering your surname. A pension waits behind patient service. You purchase a narrow suburban house. Its hallway displays one imperial atlas. The cost is official distance. Famine becomes declining agricultural output. Beatings become regrettable disciplinary incidents. Dead protesters become restored public calm. You improve grammar before filing everything. Clean language removes harsh human textures. One dispatch includes a blurred photograph. Bodies lie beside a railway cutting. The governor requests stronger emergency powers. Your supervisor dictates a measured response. You type approval using fresh black ribbon. The keys strike with harmless little clicks. At dinner, your daughter asks questions. She points toward Africa on maps. She asks whether lions roam everywhere. You say Britain brings proper government. Your voice sounds borrowed from memoranda. Tomorrow, another telegram will arrive. You will open it before breakfast. You will correct every spelling error. Someone overseas will obey the polished sentence. Level 5, District Commissioner. You govern one district in Nigeria. London remains 6 weeks away. Your bungalow stands above red earth. Your khaki collar remains permanently damp. The reward is direct local supremacy. A Union flag rises each morning. Chiefs wait outside your shaded veranda. 6 policemen guard the government treasury. Your signature can imprison tax defaulters. The cost is ruling through fragments. Interpreters choose which meanings survive. London demands revenue before harvest ends. You demand payment through appointed chiefs. One village refuses the annual tax. Their wells failed during dry months. Your ledger shows no category for mercy. Your superior warns against visible weakness. You send police before sunrise. Doors break under rifle butts. Goats scatter through cooking smoke. A mother holds one empty bowl. The treasury receives 47 silver coins. The report calls collection broadly successful. Your promotion file notes firm judgment. The village remembers something entirely different. That evening, servants prepare chilled gin. Rain begins drumming against iron roofing. You write home about tropical discomfort. You never mention the empty bowl. Power feels greatest where knowledge remains smallest. You rule because distance protects certainty. Level 6, Colonial Governor. You govern a wealthy crown colony. Cannons announce your ceremonial arrival. A carriage climbs toward Government House. Crowds watch behind police barriers. The reward resembles borrowed royalty. Servants arrange silver before every dinner. Your portrait enters the council chamber. Merchants compete for private invitations. Your instructions arrive from London Monthly. You chair executive and legislative councils. Unelected officials support your proposals. Elected members challenge limited details. The Crown reserves your final authority. That authority feels solid inside chambers. The cost begins beyond polished windows. Sugar prices collapse across plantations. Merchants request lower export duties. Workers demand rice and stable wages. London orders balance colonial accounts. You reduce spending on public clinics. Government House still requires roof repairs. A fever ward closes before monsoon. Your ballroom receives imported chandeliers. Only one appears politically unavoidable. Protesters gather outside council gates. Police request permission for live ammunition. Your hand pauses above the paper. The crowd becomes louder through shutters. You authorize force using 3 words. Gunfire interrupts the afternoon reception. Your report describes necessary restraint. London praises calm constitutional leadership. The chandeliers arrive 2 months later. Their glass trembles during distant funerals. Level 7, Backbench Member. You sit inside the House of Commons. Members wave papers across shouting voices. Your constituency manufactures ships and rifles. Its employers financed your election campaign. The reward is national importance. Newspapers print fragments from your speeches. A knighthood seems possible after loyalty. The cost is choosing convenient blindness. The India budget arrives after midnight. Columns contain railways, troops, and debt. Few members remain inside the chamber. You have never traveled beyond Europe. Still, Your vote affects 300 million. One member describes famine conditions. Another warns against weakening authority. Your party whip touches your shoulder. The government needs every reliable vote. You support the official expenditure. The division bell stops all reflection. Later, dinner waits beside Westminster. Roast beef arrives under silver covers. A merchant explains Indian cotton tariffs. He says Lancashire families need protection. You picture mills within your constituency. You do not picture Indian weavers. The reward is influencing imperial policy. The cost is selective imagination. Every lobby provides names and faces. Colonial subjects arrive only as numbers. You call that responsible representation. History may choose another description. Level 8, Colonial Secretary. You direct the colonial office. Red boxes follow you into dinner. The empire now enters your handwriting. The reward is power across oceans. You recommend governors for royal appointment. Missionaries demand protection for distant schools. Settlers demand land and stronger policing. The cost is incompatible promises. London investors want profitable stability. Colonial taxpayers want smaller burdens. Settlers demand greater political control. Local majorities demand actual representation. Every decision disappoints someone dangerous. A governor cables during midnight. Strikers have occupied a railway depot. Police ammunition will last 2 hours. The governor requests emergency authority. Your advisors offer 3 cautious options. Each option hides possible bodies. You authorize detention without immediate trial. Markets reopen before the following week. 30 organizers disappear into crowded prisons. Parliament praises decisive ministerial control. Their families receive no explanations. The reward becomes another cabinet victory. The cost remains safely overseas. You sleep beneath heavy embroidered curtains. Rain taps softly against London glass. Somewhere, prison keys turn through darkness. Your signature crosses thousands of miles. Distance converts coercion into administration. Administration converts suffering into precedent. Precedent makes tomorrow's decision easier. Level 9, Prime Minister. You lead His Majesty's government. Cabinet papers cover the breakfast table. Every crisis demands immediate confidence. The reward is unmatched political command. You select ministers and dismiss failures. You advise the sovereign each week. Parliament follows while your majority survives. The cost is permanent strategic fear. Germany expands its naval construction. India demands deeper political reform. South Africa remembers its recent war. Workers strike across British industrial cities. Every problem competes against another. Admirals request 5 new battleships. The Treasury says 3 remain affordable. Newspapers accuse you of national weakness. Shipyards promise thousands of British jobs. Colonies will help finance protected trade. You approve 4 after midnight. The reward appears during naval reviews. Gray warships stretch beyond visible water. Crowds cheer beneath snapping Union flags. The cost waits inside locked memoranda. More ships require wider global commitments. Wider commitments require more colonial revenue. Revenue requires pressure somewhere unseen. You enter Parliament sounding completely certain. Privately, every option feels dangerous. Power means choosing which danger matures. The empire looks strongest from Downing Street. That view hides every structural fracture. Level 10, King Emperor. You reign as Britain's King Emperor. Your face appears across imperial coinage. Governors swear service through your name. The reward exceeds personal wealth. The cost is constitutional distance. Ministers exercise power through your authority. You receive information after careful filtering. Every dispatch has survived many desks. Every ugly phrase has softened gradually. Reality reaches you dressed for court. At Delhi, cannons announce imperial majesty. Indian rulers gather beneath vast tents. The imperial crown weighs heavily. Its jewels glitter under winter sunlight. You announce changes before assembled thousands. The crowd becomes one moving surface. Nobody tells you individual thoughts. Some see sacred royal continuity. Others see foreign political theater. Your ceremony cannot distinguish between them. The empire appears permanent from platforms. Years later, wartime casualties fill ledgers. National movements fill colonial prisons. Ministers bring constitutional papers nightly. Flags begin descending across territories. Each departure remains officially dignified. Each removes another piece of inheritance. The reward was symbolic ownership. The cost was filtered understanding. You stood above the entire machine. That height concealed its failing foundations. One evening, palace clocks continue ticking. Your portrait still hangs worldwide, yet subjects become citizens elsewhere. The red map slowly loses color. You finally understand imperial power. It reaches everywhere except human truth.